Well, hey neighbor, it's me, Angie, and it's time for our neighborhood chat. Come on in. Boy, has it been a week? Has it been a week for you? Sometimes we just have those, it's been a week. But actually, mine hasn't been too bad. I've just been a day ahead of myself. Like today, I was thinking it was Saturday. Yesterday, I thought it was Friday. You know how you just think you get ahead of yourself in the days. But first of all, I would like to say welcome into my chat. I hope you stopped by the refrigerator and got you something to drink. James went by Walmart today and we restocked. We have plenty of water. We have plenty of bubbly. And look, it matches my shirt. And I didn't even realize I was drinking the color that matches my shirt. Also, we have things for you all to snack on. But come on in. Let's get together and just have our neighborhood chat. Because the first thing I want to tell you is I love you all and there's nothing you can do about it. Now, I know that I usually end my talks with that, but I wanted to start with that today because we have had two people in our community, well, in my community, that have gone on to their forever home. And I know Cody was one of them, and I know the name of the other one, but I'm afraid I'm going to mispronounce the channel. So it's spelled Steab, like B-E-A. Stay B, or I don't want to give any kind of bad pronunciation to someone in their channel name. If I'm wrong on that, please someone in the chat put it down in the comments and let me know. But my point being is when someone passes away, if you're like me, which I think on that level quite often, you tend to get to thinking, well, I'm going to meet that destiny one day. And we all are. And it's okay to think about that jumping off place. You know, like, what's going to happen to me? Where am I going? Which I don't worry about that. With my faith, I know where I'm going. I just don't want to suffer too long to get there, if you know what I mean. But that's not what our neighborhood chat's about today. Our neighborhood chat today is, we all make mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself. Learn from it and move on. But a lot of times, even speaking for myself, and I've made plenty of mistakes, but I've tried to learn from them. You know, say, okay, what do I need to learn from this so I don't have to repeat this again? You know, I've used this analogy before, like when a child goes up to a stove, it's hot. You're trying to tell the child, no, don't touch it, it's hot. But you know that child is just going to have to learn for themselves, and they reach out and they touch it, and oh goodness, it's hot, and it burns their hand. Well, the next time that child knows that they shouldn't touch it. Now, whether they touch it again, it's not that they don't know that it's hot. It's just they've decided, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to travel this road again. And a lot of times when we make mistakes, we choose to travel that same road again, expecting different results, and we're not getting them. I have made mistakes over the last 56 years in every area of my life. Every area. Finances, relationships, raising my children, marital, not anything major in any of these areas, but just little bumps in the road that caused me to stop for a moment and say, wait a minute, what do I need to learn from this mistake? Was it a big enough mistake that I need to reposition everything in my life? Or was it just a small mistake that I may need to look at things differently? You know, it only takes a minute for us to get stung, if you want to say, when we make a mistake. It stops us right in our tracks depending on how bad the mistake is. But don't beat yourself up over it. That's how we learn and that's how we grow. Don't let guilt overtake you to the point of you won't try anything again. Like love. You know, some of us have been so hurt over a relationship in that area that we just maybe chose, okay, I'm not doing that again. Or we made a mistake in that area and we don't trust ourselves to step out and get into another relationship because we're afraid that we might make that same mistake. Don't live in fear. Step out there and live your life. One of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to be happy with your decision and it's going to be good for you, or you're going to be not so happy and there again, you're going to learn something from it. And a lot of times we think there's a right and wrong about every decision we make. And it's not. It's a choice. You know, we make choices that doesn't have a set law that we have to go by. And a lot of us want to live under rules and try to follow the rules. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to follow procedure, because procedure keeps you on track. But sometimes when it comes to choices, we need to make our own choices of what we want to do in a situation. Because your choice may not be my choice, but it's not the wrong one. It's just something that is good for you to have in your life. You may have made bad mistakes in finances, and you don't want to take any more chances in that area because you are afraid you're going to make that same mistake. You might, but you never know. Because I have read stories about people that are millionaires today that have filed bankruptcy 2 or 3 times and they kept trying until they got it right. But you know where the big failure is? The big failure is never trying again. No matter where you make the mistake, try again. If you make a mistake in raising your children, always look at that area as a teaching moment. Because people that are parents, it does not come with a book. You know, we are learning this on the fly. Of course, you don't want your young children to know that you're learning it on the fly, but you are. And the main point of what I'm trying to say is it all evolves around love, because that's all that matters anyway. And you say, how in the world can it just matter about love? I mean, love is not going to pay the bills. Love is not going to cause everybody to like me, or love is not going to fix everything that's wrong. But really, it will. When we take care of what's inside of who we are, the things around us tend to get more clear of what we need to do or how we're supposed to handle things. It's amazing that this happened this morning, but I'll share this story with you. My daughter calls me, not 45 minutes ago, and when she uses this tone of voice, Mama, and she's real calm, I say, oh goodness, something's happened. I said, Taylor. And she said, look, I know you worked in a bank for 10 years. Could you please try to explain to me what's going on? Because she was trying to do something with her account and it wasn't working like she wanted it to work. And I said, Taylor, calm down. It's fine. It's nothing major. I said, does this have to be done today? Because you're probably going to have to wait 24 hours because you've moved a certain amount of money from one account to another account, and the bank is having to recognize those largest amounts of money that you've moved over, and they want to make sure that someone's not fraudulently using your account. So you're not going to be able to do the transactions, all the transactions you want to do today, because they want to make sure it's really you. So just calm down. It's okay. And she said, no, it doesn't have to be done today. I said, okay, today's Friday. Give it the weekend. Try again Monday. I wanted to let her know that things don't have to come instantly. You don't have to have things just like that you want. And a lot of times it's good that things don't come instantly, because sometimes things come instantly and we really aren't satisfied after we get them. Like, oh, why did I want that? Don't beat yourself up over that either. Try to understand that we're all human and we're all trying to be a better person, or at least I hope we are. I know we're striving for perfection, but we're never going to reach that. I mean, I don't want to break your heart, but it's not going to happen. Now, you can strive for it, and it's good. But we should strive for things within us to radiate to someone else that everything's going to be okay. That they have things to look forward to. And we all have things to look forward to. And of course, we're going to have things to go wrong, but it depends on how we handle those things that go wrong. You know? Because if you handle them in the right way, they don't seem so devastating. And you can continue to walk, because that's all we're on is a journey. So we can't sit down for very long and sulk and be mad and angry. Now, if you have a lot of anger and bitterness, nothing good can come to you. Because in that space where something good is supposed to happen, you have put anger and bitterness in there. And those two cannot marry. Those two cannot live together. So until you get rid of that anger and bitterness, good things can't come. That may anger you just by me saying that. And you say, well, I can't let go of it. I'm so mad. Well, think of it like this. What if you thought of it like that person was still controlling you because you were still angry and bitter? If someone has made you that way, or if a situation. None of us want to be controlled by anyone or anything. Start trying to let it go. Now, it's a process, just like grieving. Grieving is a process. Everything is a process. And just remember this, timing is everything. Just because you don't get something when you think you should, doesn't mean it's not coming, and it doesn't mean that you haven't been heard. It just means it's not time. It's not time, because things need to happen in order for you to get whatever you're asking for. Timing is everything. I've lived long enough to realize the things that I thought I needed immediately when I was younger. Now I can wait. And sometimes I didn't get them, and I look back and think, oh my goodness, thank goodness I didn't get that when I asked for it and wanted it immediately. And then the thing that came later on, oh my gosh, it was wonderful, because the timing was right. You know how you just know that it just arrived on time? That is a good feeling. I always try to see yourself as getting rid of things that aren't what you want. Now, a lot of us have dealt with things from a young age in our childhood that we've packed up in a suitcase and carried with us into adulthood. Let those things go. It wasn't your fault. None of us asked to be here. You know, neither one of my children asked to be born. I chose to have children. A lot of times, some parents put things on children that is unnecessary, and then that child grows up to think maybe they wouldn't want it, or maybe they were a burden to their family, or whatever the thought is. Let that go. That lies with your parent. That doesn't lie with you. Just know that you're an individual and you have a purpose. You have a reason for being here, or you would not be here. You are lovable. You do have things about you that people would love if you would just unload some luggage. Just unpack it. You know, just visually one day just sit down by yourself and just start opening their suitcase and see what's in it. Have you ever just looked inside to see what was there and maybe what was causing you to be so angry, or causing you to be so sad, or causing you to not allow others to be close to you? Have you ever just thought about it, or are you running from it? You know, when you have a suitcase and you have it packed, you're always on the run. You're trying to find the next place to move to. Claim stake. Get somewhere and start unpacking. Start unpacking things that you have held on to for years. I mean, we all make mistakes. It's okay. And you know what? We don't have to hide them. Because the mistakes that we have made, someone else has made the same mistake. There's nothing under the sun that's new. Did you know that? And once you start speaking about what happened to you and the mistakes that you think you've made that are so grievous that you can't talk about, someone else says, oh, wait a minute. No, I've done that and even more. But I've come through it. I don't do that anymore. Also, you'll find out when you let go of things that you feel freer and you're not turning to other things like smoking, drinking, eating a lot because you're trying to suppress the feelings that you don't want anybody to see or know. But it's okay to say you're sad. It's okay to say people have hurt you. It's okay to be angry. Just don't stay there. Don't stay mad at somebody for 20 years and that person has just moved on and don't really care that you're still angry. Let it go. They will be taken care of. And who's to say you may have hurt someone yourself? Unpack that. See if that's in your suitcase. And if you have, go to that person. Tell them, I'm sorry. Maybe you intentionally hurt them or not intentionally. Whatever it was, just apologize. It's a freeing feeling when you can let stuff go and apologize and forgive. Forgiveness is a process too. Forgive yourself. That's the first step. Forgive yourself. And know that you are beautiful. Get up in the morning and give yourself value and worth. And start recharging. Wipe the slate clean and start a new one, like positive things. Start with trying to have love, joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, forgiveness. One of my cards today for my vision board says, we may not have it all together. Because I don't think any of us have everything in our life together. But together, we have it all. See, it takes more than just ourselves to function in this world. Now, some of us hide from people and we can't people that day, and that's okay. But just know that there are people out there that are waiting for you to be in their life. They're waiting to love you and you to love them. They're waiting for you to bring them positivity and kindness, joy. They're waiting for you to cross their path and just speak to them. There's somebody out there waiting for you. Don't forget that. Don't forget to be the light in the darkness. But you have to get rid of your darkness to be able to get down to that light that you have inside you. It's okay to make mistakes. Let's just learn from them. And with that being said, neighbor, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. We have one life to live. Go out there. Live it. Start letting people into your life. And enjoy the time you have left. Because we are creeping up on that jumping off place. We never know when it's going to come. Laugh more. Smile more. Love more. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Ring that bell so you'll know the next time I'm coming to you with a video. And I'll know the next time you're coming over to visit me. Bye, neighbor.